Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Ladysurvival here. Today I'm going to be doing a video that is geared for new World of Warcraft players on kind of like a walkthrough, follow along with me. I'm going to be running Icecrown Citadel to try to get Invincible to drop, which is a mount. I'll be showing you in game and everything too. Probably won't drop, but I was planning to run it anyways, and I just thought that this would be a good opportunity to show new players how mount runs work. So I will explain everything as we go. Let's hop on into WoW. Basically right now I am on my main character. She is level 70. You could probably do this on anyone like level 50 or higher, maybe like 45 or higher, but for mount runs and any running of old content, the higher level the better. Most people do it on max level characters or at least like level 60 plus, so that it's super easy to just kill everything super quick. But if you're just not sure if you have a high enough level character, I say just go to the dungeon or raid and just try it, see if you're strong enough to do it. That would be my best advice. Let me actually show you what we're going to be going after today. If you go into the collections menu, which you can click here or press Shift P, and then we're gonna go, actually let me move my camera. All right, that's where we'll be today so that you guys can see this. So if we go to this mounts category, we can see my mounts collection, but today the one that we're gonna be going for is Invincible. This drops from the boss called the Lich King in the raid called Icecrown Citadel. So that's where we're going to be going. This mount is so freaking cool. I've been trying to get it for like 12 years. Which is probably really discouraging as a new player to hear that, but basically this mount has a less than 1% chance to drop, so you basically go to the raid and kill the boss. This is the last boss that drops it, so it usually takes about like 20 minutes to run the raid, and then every time you kill the Lich King at the end, there is a very small chance for this mount to drop. So that's kind of how mount runs work. Any that drop from old dungeons or raids, it's typically just something that drops from a boss and has a very low chance of dropping. It could be anywhere from you could get it on your first try if you're really lucky, or just a couple of attempts, or it could take you 500 attempts and many, many years, anything in between. So there's really no guarantee with it, but I'm going to show you how to get there. So currently I'm in Orgrimmar, which is the capital city for the Horde. Was just kind of facing this main kind of entrance area. And if we go down to the gates of Orgrimmar, the portal room is just down here in case you don't know where that is at. And the portal that we're going to be using to get to Northrend, which is where Icecrown Citadel is this portal to Dalaran Crystalsong Forest. So there's actually two different versions of Dalaran, which can be kind of confusing, but the one that we're going to is in Northrend, in Crystalsong Forest, and this is where it's going to take us to this Dalaran, not to be confused with another Dalaran that is located here in the Broken Isles. So there's two different ones. But yeah, so you'll just want to make sure you go to Crystalsong Forest, and this will be the loading screen that you'll see when you go there. And then I'm actually going to log out super quick to show you where it is for the Alliance as well. All right, so we are on an Alliance character now, and I am in the Mage Quarter. Typically, if you're in Stormwind, you're probably over in the Trade District, but you're just going to come over to the Mage Quarter. It's actually marked right here on the mini-map. There's a little spot that shows it. And then you're just going to run up this ramp or fly, but I'm just gonna run because dragon riding is a little bit annoying, as you can see. So we just go in here. As you get to this spot here where you can either go to the left or to the right, we're gonna go over to the right and we will see the same Dalaran Crystalsong Forest portal. Did you guys see that green stuff? I don't know if that was a glitch or what. But now we're in the same spot that we were on my Horde character, and I'm going to switch back onto my Hunter because that's who I want to run it on today. So we are in that same spot now, so whether you're Horde or Alliance, this is where you'll be going. You're just going to run down the stairs and then get on your mount, and you pretty much are already facing the direction that you have to go. So it is west, kind of like northwest sort of, and you're just going to be going right towards Icecrown Citadel, this big tower here, and you can actually see it. It's located right here, Icecrown Citadel, And so we're just kind of taking a clear shot from Crystal Song over to here. Pretty straightforward from where you come out. And then as we are approaching it, you can see that it has this green raid icon. That's kind of how you know exactly where it's located. It's at like the very center kind of front area. So you're just going to kind of want to make sure that you're coming in through this door. You'll see this like catapult thing, battering ram, and this is the entrance to the raids. This is exactly where we're going to want to go. And the very first thing you're going to want to do before you go in, you can even do this like on your flight over here, but typically once I get to the entrance, I'm going to right click my portrait and go down to raid difficulty and just make sure that it's set to heroic 25 player, and then we can just go ahead and jump into the raid. You don't literally have to jump, but figuratively. All right, so here we are inside the raid. Again, like I mentioned, you can totally solo this. I'm level 70. This is no problem. I've been soloing this for many, many years, even back when the level cap wasn't level 70. I mean, back in the day, the level cap used to be 120 and 110 before the level squish. Don't want to overwhelm or confuse you guys. Basically, all that we're doing is just running down this hallway. There's really nothing crazy going on. As you can see, I can kill everything. I don't have to kill those guys. I mean, I can. You can literally do whatever you want, pretty much. When you get to these spider guys, just go ahead and kill the spiders because they will actually web you up and it's just really annoying, so... But yeah, I pretty much just literally do random shit. I didn't even mean to attack those guys. It's pretty much always just like a straight shot through. Again, we are confronted by some more spiders, so I just like to shoot those down. Otherwise, you get webbed up for like 6 or 7 seconds. It's really annoying. Then we're approaching our first boss. Should just be a pretty quick one-shot. If you're lower level, it might be a bit more challenging. You don't even really have to loot stuff if you don't want to. My bags are actually kind of full. I technically should have sold some stuff before I got started, but it doesn't really matter because most of the stuff you don't really need. You could just sell it to the vendor, and anything that you loot in this dungeon or that you're not able to loot will be mailed to you anyways. But yeah, we just kind of follow up this ramp. This is a teleporter portal. It's not really important right now, but you'll see these throughout the raid and you can use them to teleport to different parts of the raid if you've progressed that far. And now we're just confronting our second boss. You can just kind of ignore the stuff on the sides unless you want to attack them. I think some of them might attack anyways. You're pretty much just going forward. And now we are waiting for an elevator. You can see it's coming down here. This elevator won't kill us when it lands on us, but there are newer elevators. I think in Legion they made it where elevators kill you. But this one is safe, so you just want to make sure you jump up onto it, because sometimes if you don't jump, it will like kind of just go through you without even taking you up. But we are just making our way up here. And then this next part, depending on if you're Horde or Alliance, will depend on which way you go. So if we open our map, we can see that this Gunship boss is marked. For the Alliance, it'll be on this side. So if you are Alliance, go to the left. And for the Horde, we're going to go over this way. If you're not in combat, you can mount up, but it looks like I am in combat, so I'm actually just going to feign death to get out. Oh, I'm back in combat. That usually happens anyways. I also do have on my Hunter aspect of the cheetah, which is a speed boost, which is really handy. I actually try to use those as much as possible. Because I'm filming, I kind of haven't been, but I have aspect of the cheetah and disengage that are kind of like my 2 speed boost things, so I try to utilize those as much as possible. And now we're heading up to this gunship, up to the Horde one on the Alliance side. It would be right over there. Heading up over here, and then you're just gonna go and talk to your NPC. For the Horde, it is Saurfang, and for the Alliance, I believe it's Muradin Bronzebeard, I'm pretty sure. But you're just gonna talk to the NPC that's at this location. And we're going to say that we're ready to go here. And then basically it takes a moment, but you're going to end up getting onto these little cannon things and we'll be attacking. You can see the Alliance ship over there. If you're Alliance, you'll see the Horde ship, but basically we're going to be killing that. So you can get onto this gunship and you kind of have this little like Amy thing. And this is super easy to do when you're high level. You pretty much just kill it right away. I usually just kind of start spamming the one ability, the cannon blast, you can see it just starts, technically hasn't started yet, but as soon as you can see the damage showing up, you're doing damage, and then you can press 2 as your energy charges up. You can use your second ability, but just kind of go crazy. You can shoot as little or as much as you want. Then some guys are going to spawn onto the ship, and we're just going to kill those real quick. You can even sometimes kill the guys across there. It doesn't really matter. For the most part, just attack their ship and then kill the guys that come on through this portal, and then you should be done. No problems or anything. And then this part is kind of annoying. There's kind of some RP that happens, so this part gets a little bit slow, but we're pretty much just waiting for the ship to dock. There's also a treasure chest here with all of the loot, but I usually don't even grab it because I just don't care. I don't need it, but you can feel free to loot it, especially if you haven't really ran this before. Like if you're kind of new to doing these kind of runs, you can get like transmog items, like appearances collections in here. And now that Saurfang is here for you, it would be Muradin. You're just gonna go ahead and talk to him again, basically to just get this next boss scenario started here. Saurfang's son is gonna come out, and he has been turned to part of the Lich King's army, so we just gotta wait for some RP to happen here, and then we can kill him. So far, if we go to our adventure guide, we can see that we have killed 1, 2, 3 bosses. This will be 4. And then there's a few more to go until we're at the Lich King. You can usually skip this one. I'll show you guys when we get there. But, okay, are you done? Any second now. There we go. Take him down. A chest spawns over here. Again, I just ignore it and I just get moving here. Little bit of a load screen. And then we're just going to basically be going to the left here to take care of these 3 bosses over here. So just take a left as you come in this way. Going to use my disengage, get our speed boost going. Our aspect of the cheetah for hunters resets every time you kill a boss, so I try to use that as much as possible, and it's definitely good to use characters that have a lot of mobility, like a mage with blink, or paladins with their divine steed, or druids with their cat dash and everything. So anyone that you have that is quick is typically a pretty good character to use. I usually just come up to the left here. You can go up the other side, but just making our way into this room here. Just kind of killing things as I go. It's not really a big deal. All right, and then again here, you can either go left or right. I typically tend to go to the right, and then we're just gonna kill this dog named Precious. Kill that random guy. All right, and then coming up to this ugly guy named Rotface, we're gonna go ahead and kill him, and then there's something super important that you don't want to forget to do. There is this ooze release valve that you can only click once you kill the boss. So before you go forward, click it, and you'll see this like green slime stuff fill up in the tube. We can use our aspect of the cheetah again because that reset. And then we're gonna come to this other side. We basically have to get the other tube filled, so we're gonna kill his pet dog. And then around the corner here, oh yeah, you get slowed sometimes around here. I don't know how to avoid it. Sometimes I get slowed, sometimes I don't. If anyone knows how to avoid that, let me know. I always get slowed. All right, we're gonna kill this other ugly guy, and then gas release valve. And then we can see the gas fill up here. And now it's going to be so that the middle boss here is open for us to get to. Kill all these guys. All right, so heading up into here, this is actually going to be kind of a little trap that happens here. We're going to be trapped with some bugs. Wait for it. Very soon here. Oh, there we go. Once we get to the end, you can see that the doors close, and then you just kind of have to kill some bugs. I usually just use like AoE abilities to just kill as many as I can, and then we're able to run in here. Then we're just gonna go ahead and kill Professor Putricide. Kill him quickly. I mean, for the most part, you should be able to kill him quickly, but I think he can like sleep you for like a minute if you don't kill him quick enough, so get him down quick. I didn't even bother looting him. Again, if you want, you can. but I've already collected everything from here. Alright, and then again, before these doors will open, we just kind of have to kill things for a little while. Multi-shot. Till it opens up. Sometimes it takes longer than others. I don't really know if there's like a designated time frame before it opens, but I just kind of do random ass stuff. There we go, it opened up. And then we'll aspect of the cheetah out of here. And now we're going to be heading up over to the Blood Prince Council. So just kind of keeping to our left. Again, we came in from here, popped over here. Now heading up to this top area. I love these next set of bosses. They're like very vampiric. They're called the Sand Lane, and they are so cool. You guys are going to love Blood Queen Lana'thel, who will be approaching pretty soon here. Alright, so right into this red area. The vampire quarters. Alright, you gotta kill all of these NPCs here. You can click on this thing, it like makes you big and red, and it's cool, but you don't have to click it. And then also with all of these NPC guys here, you don't have to kill them technically, but I mean you could. If you want to, nothing really matters here. Then you just kind of trigger the boss fight by kind of running up to this platform. This is Blood Queen Lana'thel. She's very cool. We'll see her in a sec, but these 3 bosses are going to spawn in here. You can see that they're like dead here. But she's going to revive them. And we can go ahead and kill them. I just attacked the middle one. It's the only guy that you actually need to attack. And then we can see that we've defeated him, and now we're just gonna run up. Let me get rid of these guys, they're just annoying. You can again go up either side, but I tend to gravitate to going up this ramp. And I just kind of kill things as we go here. Alright, click on this orb thing again. Aspect of the cheetah. Alright. And here is Blood Queen Lana'thel. This is one of my favorite bosses, like my favorite NPCs in the game. Look at how cool she is. Like before I kill her, I absolutely adore her. So she's a badass, but we're gonna kill her. And then aspect of the cheetah again. Sometimes actually I save my aspect of the cheetah because you have to wait for this thing to break, so it's kind of, oops, I meant to disengage, so I didn't take fall damage, but that's okay. But sometimes I'll save my aspect of the cheetah so that I don't have to wait for that thing to open. But that's okay, it just is a few seconds cut off. And we're just kind of making our way around the loop here. This part can be kind of technical. If you kill things too quickly down this hallway, it'll kind of like glitch out and you'll have to let them respawn. So I just try to kill things kind of semi-slowly, kind of just, you know, like just single attack a few things and then just keep moving forward. Like just don't go like blazing through this spot or it'll get weird. Take it like semi-slow so that your NPC friends can keep up with you. Alright, this is looking pretty good timing. We got all of our guys here with us. You could maybe go like a little bit quicker than I did, but just be careful. Then we have to wait for this girl to become attackable. This is a Valkyr. I love the Valkyrs so much. They're so cool. Alright, and then we can kill her, and then we see that this door will open. And this boss you can technically skip. This boss, it works by healing her. Like you defeat the boss encounter by healing this dragon. But you can just go around it because I don't really have any way of healing as a hunter, so I couldn't really do it anyways. So I just skip it. There's really no point in doing it. So just try to go around so that you don't trigger the fight starting by running into one of those liches over there. And then we come up to here. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit, but that was timed out really good. We have an elevator, so we're able to take that down. Sometimes if the elevator's at the bottom, you can try to like jump down if you have like slow fall as a mage, or as my hunter, sometimes I'll jump down and just before I hit the ground, I will disengage, but usually safer to just wait for the elevator. This room is kind of annoying. You just have to run to the center and then these spiders will start coming down, and you have to kill all of them. This part's really, I don't know, it's just annoying. So I basically just kind of go around, get them all dead. You can kind of use AoEs as well. And then the next wave will come, and it'll be some of these Vrykul guys that spawn in on both sides. You gotta kill those. And then another wave of these big spiders will come. It's kind of annoying to like target them sometimes. You could sometimes, like, they all come to the middle of the rooms. You could kind of wait and let them all kind of converge in the middle. And then this gate will open. But basically kill the first wave of spiders, then kill those 3 guys that come in from the side, and then the second wave of spiders. And then there's going to be some, you know, maybe a few little guys still following you. And then for this part, you have to kill both sides of these things as well. So I usually just kind of do something like this, a barrage or just any AoE. And then as soon as you kill those sides, these 2 dragons will come. So we're going to go ahead and kill Rhymefang and Spinestalker. And then as soon as you kill those, Sindragosa is going to come down, and we're getting pretty close to the end. Gotta wait for her to come all the way down here. I usually start backing up because then I can be close to like start heading to the next destination. Plus she comes pretty close to back here. All right, there's Sindragosa. And then this will just take a sec to clear. There we go. And now we just head up the right of this ramp here, up to this teleporter. This is kind of the first time we actually need to use it. And you're gonna go to the upper spire. And that's kind of back in this area where a lot of the bosses of the raid that we just killed. And then you just head straight to the middle section up to this ice spire thing, the spire. And we're pretty much heading to the Lich King now. So this is what it's like to run Icecrown Citadel. It's not that fun. Just step right onto that teleporter. I don't know why it does that. That was like a boss that we killed so long ago. Then you're going to speak to Tyrion Fordring and tell him that you are prepared. And then the Lich King is going to come down. So that's pretty much what it is. There's pretty much like no chance that it's going to drop for me, and very low chance that it'll probably drop for you. But if because I'm filming right now, if it drops today, holy shit, that would be amazing. I've ran this like, I don't even know, probably like 300 times, maybe more. I got that rarity add-on or whatever that one is that tracks it, but it's definitely not accurate. I swear people say that it is, but I know when I first downloaded it a few years ago, it was like, I don't know, it was saying I only had like 7 attempts on it or something, and it was like, bro, I've already ran this like at least 100 times, so I don't think it was ever fully accurate, but I've been running this for at least like 12 or so years, maybe. All right. Gotta wait for this RP. Then you can pretty much just, you know, lower his health all the way. And then you have to wait like 3 minutes. It's like the longest RP ever. It's like, my bro, can you please just drop to the ground? But yeah, it's kind of boring. And then it's always such a letdown when it doesn't drop. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. While we're actually waiting, if you go into your collections, hold on. Okay. If you go into your collections and then go to appearances and then look in sets, they actually, here, I was already kind of trying to look this up. What am I doing? Icecrown. If you search Icecrown in the sets, it'll pull up the Icecrown Citadel Raid, and you can see the different like gear that drops. So we're currently running this on 25 player heroic. So this is the set that you can get on your hunter. So if you're after transmog appearances, which is all these, you know, your gear and everything, and they recently made it to where you can actually see, it should work. Is that, I haven't actually tried this yet, but it should be showing what these sets look like on other characters. Why is it not? Oh, there we go. See, I haven't even tested this yet, but if you click through and then press Control click, you can see what the sets look like on other classes, so you can kind of see like who you might want to go and collect it on. So yeah, pretty cool. This is all the gear that you can get from here. I think they're also going to be making it to where you can collect class sets on anyone. This set looks like Blood Queen Lana'thel. It's very cool for the mage. But they changed the transmog stuff to where you could collect different armor types. Like say if you were a priest who wears cloth, you can now pick up like mail and plate gear and collect it as an appearance, but they had it to where it wouldn't work for class specific pieces, but I think that now they're going to change that soon to where it is. So even if I'm running this on my hunter, if pieces dropped for other classes, I could get those. Anyways, we're almost done here. Tyrion has broken out of his little ice prison cage. Arthas is going to go up in the air, and then we're going to give him the final killing blow as he drops to the ground. Then we're going to loot him and see the disappointment of not getting invincible. But yeah, that's a typical Icecrown Citadel run. I am so sick of doing these. Like if you're someone who's been running Icecrown Citadel and it hasn't dropped, you understand the pain. It's fun at first. Like if you're new, you're probably like, oh, I'm so excited to go run this, but it gets so annoying. It's like, Jesus, 20 minutes of my time for nothing. I used to actually run this a lot more. Like usually what I would do is I would just log out of this character and be like, all right, let's get on the next character, because basically you can only run raids like once a week. I also just clicked the portal to come back out. I'm sure that you guys saw that, but that just sort of brings you back so that you can easily run out to the entrance here. Also, if anything ever happens, like if you ever die in this raid, that's where you could use this teleporter to get back to wherever you left off. So that's why these teleporters are good, so you can go back to wherever you need to. But pretty much now you can run outside of the raid. And then there's a few things that you could do. Like, for example, I could leave this character sitting here outside of the raid so that you can only run it once a week. It resets on Tuesdays. If I actually, my cat's in the litter box. If you hear him doing stuff in the litter, that's why. I forget, how do I check this? It's been a while. Isn't there something that you can type like /? If you go into your social tab, your friends list, or press O to open it and then go into raid and then raid info, you can see that for Icecrown Citadel, it says that it will reset in 2 days in 14 hours. So that's on Tuesday. So basically I can't run this again on this character. Even if I clicked on reset all instances, if I try to run back in here, I basically won't be able to kill the bosses again. It'll show that everything's already been defeated. You can see all these X's on it. You can see I've already killed the Lich King. And again, if we look at our adventure guide, it's like, no, you've already killed the Lich King this week. So I can't do it again on this character, but I could log out and go on to another character, because you can do it once per character per week. So I used to do that back in the day when I was like really like adamant about like I'm trying to get invincible, but nowadays I only run this like once or twice a week, sometimes not even if I don't get around to it that week, but I just can't be bothered. It just feels like such a waste of time to just like back to back run it on a different character and just no luck. But one really good tip, I wouldn't do it with this character because this is like my main character, so I don't really want to just be here. But if you have another character, let's actually log out. We'll skip ahead from the countdown here. We are on my character select screen. Say if I wanted to put like, I don't know, maybe this character, my paladin, who I don't necessarily go on as often, I could go and kind of park her outside of Icecrown Citadel so that whenever it resets on Tuesday, she's just already there, so I don't have to like travel and like take the portal to Dalaran and fly there. It doesn't take that long, but sometimes those extra few minutes makes you not run it, whereas right now if she was outside of Icecrown Citadel, I'd probably log on and be like, hell yeah, let's go run that real quick. So parking a character outside of a dungeon or raid that you're running or currently farming is a pretty good idea to speed it up. I think that that's everything I have for you, just kind of a little run Icecrown Citadel with me and sort of explain the process. I hope that that helped. I think that running Icecrown Citadel to try to get invincible is a really great place to start. That was one of the first mount runs that I kind of got into back in the day when I was still a noob and didn't really know how mount runs worked. Invincible is probably like the most sought after mount in the game, so I just think it's a really good one to kind of start with. So if you're brand new, just kind of start getting used to doing this, you know, maybe do it on a couple characters, maybe make it a thing where every week you run it on like 8 different characters, and hopefully you can get it pretty soon, you know? And then I'm planning to do more videos like this, but for other dungeons or raids that you can run for different mounts. And basically how I kind of got into mount farming was just, you know, ever so slowly adding another one that I do. So I would kind of start with Icecrown Citadel, and for a few weeks, that's kind of all that I did. And then after a few weeks, it was like, all right, now I also want to go after Ashes of Alar. And then I'd kind of be doing like those 2 raids, and then I'd be like, now I want to go for this one. And next thing you know, you're running like maybe 5 different raids every week. And then before you know it, you have like a route of different places that you go. And when you do so many different dungeons and raids like that, it's like every day you have like a pretty high chance to get a new mount, and once you get it, you can kind of stop going to that place. So that's pretty much what doing a mount run is like. I hope that that helped to give you some insights. If you ever have any questions at all, leave them down below. I would love to help you out. Anyways, I'm gonna go for now. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!